The Logothetes to genikou, often called genikos Logothetes or simply ho genikos, and usually rendered in English as the general Logotheta, was in charge of the general financial ministry, the genikou Logothesian of the Middle Byzantine Empire. History and functions. The genikou was responsible for general taxation and revenue, and also served as a court for financial cases. As such, it broadly fulfilled the tasks of the earlier sacra logitanus, although it was mostly derived from the general department of the Praetorian prefecture. The first attested Logothetes to genikou, the monk Theodotos, is mentioned in 692, but the post may have been instituted as early as 626. The Bureau of the Genikou and its Logotheta remained one of the chief ministries for the entire Middle Byzantine period. During the Komnenian period, its importance declined, but recovered under the Angeloi. Following the sack of Constantinople in 1204 and the dissolution of the Byzantine Empire, the office of the Logothetes to genikou was retained as a purely honorary title by the successor state of Nicaea and the restored Palaeologan Empire. After 1261, the mid-14th century writer Pseudo-Codinos records him in the 20th place in the imperial hierarchy, between the Parakoimomenos of the imperial bedchamber and the Protovestcharites. His distinctive court dress and insignia during this time were a brimmed hat called skiadion of white silk, a silk-long caftan like kabardion, and for ceremonies and festivities, a domed skaranikon hat of white and gold silk, with gold wire embroidery and decorated with images of the emperor in the front and back. Unlike other officials, he bore no staff of office. Amongst the Palaeologan era holders were significant intellectuals and statesmen, such as George Acropolites and Theodore Metachites. The last recorded Logothetes to genikou was a certain John Andreouses in 1380. By that time, however, its original functions had long been forgotten, as the Pseudo-Codinos records. The function of the general Logotheta is unknown. Subordinate officials. The subordinates of the Logothetes to genikou were the Chartularioi Megaloi to Secreto, the heads of the various departments. The Chartularioi tund arklon or exo-Chartularioi. As their name signifies, they were the senior treasury officials posted in the provinces. The Apoptae of the Themata, who were the officials charged with control of taxation in the provinces. The Komites Hydaton, officials probably in charge of aqueducts and water supply in the provinces. The Chartularios to oikostikous or simply ho-oikostikos, whose precise functions are unknown. It is attested that he was in charge of tax exemptions, and had various juridical duties in some themata in the 11th century. The office may have been associated with the imperial domains. By the 11th century, the office had become an independent bureau, but vanishes after that. The Commerciarioi, who were customs officials, attested since the early 6th century. They are likely the successors of the Comes Commerciarum mentioned in the Notitia Dignitatum. Initially stationed at the frontier, after the 7th century they were placed at ports or in charge over entire themata or islands. The Epites Couratorias of the Basilikoi, who supervised the imperial estates. The Comes Teslamius, an official probably in charge of the mines and gold bullion. It is therefore usually assumed that he is the successor of the old Comes Metallorum per Illyricum. From sigillographic evidence through the 11th century, this office was sometimes combined with the positions of Epietonoikeiakon and of one of the Chartularioi Megaloi of the genikou. The Dioikitai were officials who supervised the collection of taxes, assisted by a number of praetors. The Komv, Enchnos, an official of unknown function. A number of Cancellarioi under a proto-Cancellarios. Originally senior officials in the Praetorian prefecture, in the Middle Byzantine period they were mid-level secretaries in the various ministries.